Hi, this video is in response to the question, what are the advantages of a Wacom tablet with a Chromebook over an iPad with an Apple Pencil? So to be perfectly honest, I think a lot of it comes down to your personal preferences. I'll share some of the reasons that I'm a fan of the Wacom tablet and some things to consider as you make your decision. First off, my Wacom tablet has been an incredibly good investment. I got a class set in 2013 of the Wacom Intuos tablets, and they're still going strong despite the fact that I pass them around the classroom back and forth. Because it's just a device that you're plugging into your laptop, you don't have to worry about the operating system getting old, etc. There aren't any peripherals to add with the Wacom tablet. For an iPad, for example, you need to have the Apple Pencil that you have to purchase separately. Maybe you want to get a keyboard, and that's all separate purchases. With the Wacom, it all comes in one. Also, I just prefer using any application that I normally use on my computer instead of being restricted to iOS apps. Again, this is a personal preference, but the Wacom is going to work with whatever device you already have. So if you're using a Mac, it works with a Mac. If you have a PC, it works with the PC and all the applications you would have already been using on that device. And now it also works with Chromebooks. So for me, I make a lot of flipped classroom videos, and I like to have my microphone plugged in. I like to record using Camtasia, and I like to use the applications that I typically use on my computer when I'm creating those flipped classroom videos. So I personally just find it easier to record right on my laptop where I'm going to edit later than recording on the iPad and then needing to push that video file to my laptop in order to edit and upload. Since I do so much of this type of work, it's important to me to just have a great and efficient workflow. So again, this is what has worked for me. The final point that I'll make is that the Wacom tablet, it just feels so good to write on. To make videos, I use the Wacom One, which is with the pen display, and it's 13 inches, which is a really great size. And writing on the Wacom One really just feels so natural. It's like I'm writing on a piece of paper. There are customization settings so that I can get the pen to feel just right for what I want. When I write on the iPad with the Apple Pencil, it's a very slippery feel, and the pencil is also not as grippy. So the pencil with the iPad is much thinner than the one that comes with the Wacom One. It's thicker and grippier. So like I know a lot of people with the Apple Pencil, they buy a grip to add to their Apple Pencil. But again, that's just another thing to add on. So just something to consider. Now, one big thing to think about is whether you need to be able to move around the classroom with your tablet, because if you do, the Wacom One needs to be plugged in. It's plugged into a wall and it's plugged in to your laptop. Now, Wacom does have some slate tablets like the Wacom Intuos, which have a Bluetooth option, in which case you would be able to freely move around the classroom. But if you want a display screen, you want to see what you're actually writing on, then the iPad is going to be for you if that is your biggest priority. So you have to think about that. Now, if you do choose the iPad in that case, then you also have to think about how you're going to get that iPad hooked up to the projector in your classroom if that's what you're going for. Like, do you have an Apple TV, or do you have an application that allows you to mirror the iPad onto your laptop screen, which is then hooked up to your projector? So that's something you might want to talk over with your IT staff at your school if you haven't already set that up. With the Wacom, of course, you don't need to do any of that because you're just writing directly on your computer. And so it just works directly through your computer, and you would just project as you normally would. In summary, a lot of this does come down to personal preference, kind of the technologies you have set up in your classroom already too, and also your priorities. But I hope that me kind of talking out some of the things that I've thought through, things that have worked well for me, has been helpful to you, hopefully not more confusing, but you know, there are a lot of things to consider, and I just want to make sure that I'm being totally clear in saying that, you know, it's not just a simple answer, but you need to weigh the pros and cons of each, and then think about your personal preferences and again, your priorities. So anyway, that'll be it for now. Bye.